the Emperor revealed a new household tax, not exceeding 10 septims, to be used for road maintenance, responding to criticism that the new tax simply shifts a burden from the rich to the masses. Frere Bririca explained, "Disregard that nonsense. There is nothing more fair than a flat per-household tax. Any responsible family should be able to cover the cost handily. Readers owning property worth more than 30,000 septims will be pleased to hear that their total tax burden will indeed be decreasing as a result of these changes." Whew! Man, topical. This is very topical in the US. My goodness, for projections of the current administration. When we had last left the Nerevarine, they continued looking around all of Old Ebonheart, this time checking in with more of the artisans and helping out the brickmason create their new special gooped up power mortar, and they loved it. They got some muck, they got the mortar going. It was incredible. And then they checked in around with a whole lot of the other folks there who were building incredible things, and they didn't really need anything, at least not yet, not the ones they checked in on. So they checked in at the Valenwood Mission, who actually did need something, and it involved firing somebody. Now it was time to go check in at the contentious neighbor that they had, the Summerset Mission. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Tamriel Rebuilt. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back. Zoop. There we are, and let's head on back up there to, oh gosh, to wherever it may be. Is it this way? Yeah, it is. Okay. Great. Okay. Whoa. Just like special Summerset glass?
There are plenty of ordinary people to talk to. Go bother them.
Arma Ronco. Okay. Stendar, spare me from this noise. I mean, you're the one who's chilling out here with all these noisy crystals. Okay. Can I admire you up? Wow, yeah, very easily, in fact. Background? Armaranko is my name. I was a court wizard in Shimmerine. I wasn't the only one. In the Summerset Isles, practically every member of the court is a court wizard. Oh, it must have been the year 126, 127. Third era dates get hazy after a while. Anyway, I was good, but not the best. When my master Elterin left the court after the First Hold Revolt, Queen Shasara of Shimmerine made sure I went with her. Okay. Tell me about your trade. I am the Elterin's aide here. I was in First Hold and Shimmerine before that. Okay, tell me about Summerset Isle. Surely you've heard of the great Summerset Isle, the home of all Altmer, such as myself. Tell me about Valenwood. It wasn't too long ago that we were at war with our former allies. I hope that one day we'll be able to repair our relationship, but all wounds take time to heal. The Blue Divide? Isn't that the body of water? Yeah, we learned that last time. The Blue Divide is the strip of sea that separates the Summerset Isles from mainland Tamriel. And we can ask about vampires. How about you? Alinor Guard. Excuse me, I don't talk with people I don't like. Oh, okay. Another Alinor Guard. What do you want? Can I admire you up any? I fucking can't. Okay. What's your background? We are the guardsmen, appointed by the Council of Alinor to protect the ambassador from anyone or anything. That includes you. My trade? I'm a guard. It is my duty to protect Ambassador Elterin of First Hold. I wonder if these are direct nods to some of the stuff going on in ESO. Right.
An adventurer,
I know their Summerset Isle expansion was quite expansive, I guess, for lack of a better word. I don't know. I think it was pretty well regarded, as far as I know, as someone who's not necessarily an expert. Okay, well, that door is locked up. About up here. Another Alinor guard. Man. Jeez. Look at all these damn crystals up here. Holy shit.
Creatures are all the same.
Okay. Alinor guard once more. Sure. Small chest.
You creatures are all the same.
Okay. Hello. I'm very busy, Dark Elf. Please, I have no time or patience for a bootlegger at the moment. Be gone. Can I admire you up, though? I can. Ooh, man, I can do it really well. Elturin of First Hold, give me your background. I am Elturin of First Hold. I'm not originally from First Hold, but Shimmerine. After the First Hold revolt, there weren't many in the First Hold court that could be trusted. So my dear friend King Carudil brought me in as an advisor. A year later, I set sail for Morrowind as an ambassador with my aide Amaranko. Okay, tell me about King Carudil. He is the king of First Hold and the husband of Queen Morgaya. He spent his life protecting our waters from Bosmer, Redguard, and Merrimore pirates. He was also a major proponent for ending the War of the Blue Divide, and has made it very clear that we are to be kind and courteous to our Bosmer neighbors. We don't want to reopen wounds, especially when they haven't fully healed. Okay, so what do you do? I'm an ambassador of not only our Royal Highness, but my people as a whole. If you have anything that could be of use to the Summerset Isles, or to King Carudil and his beautiful Queen Morgaya, please don't hesitate to be in contact. Tell me about the Queen. Her story truly is inspiring. The former Princess of Wayrest and sister of King Hlalu Helsith was swept off her feet by our radiant King Carudil. It was love at first sight, though many in the province are uneasy of their relationship. Tell me about the province. Summerset Isle. A beautiful, lustrous archipelago off the coast of Valenwood, consisting of Artaeum, Moridunan, and the Isle of Summerset, and most importantly, my home. Tell me about unrest in Cyrodiil? You have something unique to say? It's no surprise Imperials are pointing their scepters at each other, suspecting all but themselves as Daedra. We are no strangers to the repercussions of the Imperial Simulacrum. Corum and the Lilandril chapter of the Mages Guild have been helping King Kelkamandar of Cloudrest rebuild Crystal Tower and clear the remnants of the False One's monsters. Even now, decades later, the Imperial Simulacrum has left our province scarred. Tell me more about Artaeum? Home of the Sigic Order, Artaeum is an island shrouded in mystery. The Sigics there rarely leave the island, and those that do, such as Corum Ashland in Lilandril, hardly ever leave the Summerset Isles. Okay, I can ask you about Isle of Summerset? Alright. The Isle of Summerset is the largest island in the province, home to the famed Crystal Tower, as well as the capital of Alinor. It is a very popular place for diplomats and architects alike, from the coral homes of peasants to the glass spires of Altmeri nobles. It's a wondrous sight to behold. Tell me about Morrowind. It is the second largest isle in our archipelago. It is home to Firsthold, the first city that Aldmeri High Lord Turinan built through magic and sweat and Skywatch, the mighty and menacing kingdom whose battles with the Valenwood Isles are as legendary as they are shameful. Okay, what do you make of the Nerevarine? Anything unique? No, we've read that before. About the Mages Guild? Maybe. The Mages Guild is a professional organization chartered by the Emperor to promote study of the arcane arts. Okay. Shockingly little. Long-standing war tax repealed. Oh. Maybe we should read this? Could this be relevant for right now? Or any quests we're about to get? Yeah, we'll read this right now. It won't count as reading for our end of video reading and all that. The Ebonheart Bellsman, long-standing war tax repealed. In a generous decree, Emperor Uriel Septim VII, long may be his reign, surprised the Empire by repealing the venerable war tax. Set to enter its 34th year, the tax was established to aid in recovery after the disastrous simulacrum. Freer Bririca, director of the Old Ebonheart branch of the Bririca Private Bank, comments that the repeal marks the restoration of normalcy. The more prosperous citizens have long suffered under an outsized tax burden. Now wealth can flow freer than ever. I see nothing but prosperity ahead for our empire. A new citizen contribution. In the same decree, the Emperor revealed a new household tax, not exceeding 10 septims, to be used for road maintenance, responding to criticism that the new tax simply shifts a burden from the rich to the masses. Frere Bririca explained, "Disregard that nonsense. There is nothing more fair than a flat per-household tax. Any responsible family should be able to cover the cost handily. Readers owning property worth more than 30,000 septims will be pleased to hear that their total tax burden will indeed be decreasing as a result of these changes." Whew! Man, topical. This is very topical in the U.S. My goodness, for projections of the current administration, how topical indeed. All right, let's see. Anything over here? Oh, this goes straight to the damn Ebon Tower. Oh, no. Okay. This, like, little interstitial area. Okay, let's head on down. Let's go down here. There was that one door that maybe I ought to bust and break into, right? Let's see, let's do a quick save, and let me get a probe here readied. And let's see here. Let me get my Amulet of Shadows. Great. Jesus, why don't you just walk into the fucking door itself, dog? Let's do a quick save. Good, and let's pick it. Actually, I'll use the fork. Oh, have to finish that animation. These are their beds. Okay. Whoa! 100 acrobatics. Oh my gosh. How many skills is that now that we've got at a hundo? 4. 4. I wonder what the next one will be. Maybe alchemy, honestly. Maybe alchemy. Okay. Chest of drawers. More of it. On purity. Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I'll take that book. Read it later. Okay. Sure. Well, nothing much in here. Let's head on up through the tippy top. Great. Then, over here, Ebon Tower. And let's mark that as cleared. Okay, so what have we got? Valenwood. Elsweyr, we can check. We've been in the Elsweyr mission a little bit. Okay, hello. Actually, let's start from the bottom. It'll make it easier to navigate than starting from the top. Okay, we can work our way up. Right. And of course, Khajiit, very famously in greater lore, have a ton of different like sub-races and stuff, right? Where they vary massively in size. So like, you know, these Khajiit and stuff, although they're huge as shit, I believe they can get even huger and more like lion-like, you know? Just as well, they can get smaller and be more like domesticated house cat-like. The Alfiq, right? And amazingly, I believe in ESO, they have represented quite a few of those subspecies, right? And here we see some more, right? Where their legs are... God, what are they called again? Digitigrade? No, not prodigious. That's something else. I think it's digigrade something. God, I don't remember. All right. Hit up your local furry for more information. But rest assured, there are many different flavors of Khajiit. Okay. Let's talk with you back here, behind the counter. Kahra.
Welcome back to the Elsweyr Mission, Ryle Schnub. Is there something Kara can do for you?
What's your background?
Kara is the caretaker of the Elsweyr Mission here in Old Ebonheart.
Okay. Sure, tell me about Khajiit.
Yes, Kara is a Khajiit, though Kara is a Suthe, not a Suthe rat like most Khajiit in Morrowind.
I wonder if they'll explain why there are mostly Suthe rot in Morrowind. Maybe they'll give a reason for it. Iron Claws Urku.
Do not cause any trouble, and Iron Claws Urku will not turn you into food scraps, Dark Elf.
Okay, can I admire you up any? Oh, no, I can't. Well, let me just ask you a background.
All that you need to know is Iron Claws Urku is here to protect the mission and Prince Jimorashuri.
Shit. Hang on, that sounds important. I am going to bribe you up. Okay, whoo. Alright, Khajiit?
Yes, Iron Claws Urku is a Khajiit. Why, do you ask?
What's your trade? Warrior by trade. Okay. We don't need to know more about that. About you. Man, everybody in here has a unique name, huh? There's no one who's just like Elsweyr Guard or whatever. Okay. Arashi, what's up with you?
Let's see. Do not cause any trouble, Liar Schnub. Arashi has her eye on you.
Can I persuade you up any? I can. Whoa, Khajiit. Oh, here we go.
Arashi is a Cathay. Cathay are taller than most other races, and, as you can imagine, make fierce warriors. Arashi finds it strange that every Khajiit in this land is a Suthe rat. Perhaps the moon shine differently here.
It is strange. So they don't know either. I'm curious if they'll like lampshade it, or they'll just be like, yeah, isn't it weird? Like, yeah, there's a lot of them. Isn't it a little goofy? You know, we get to that, they like, I think you could go either way and have it be respectful, right? You could, like I said, you could have it to where it's like, yeah, isn't it a little odd how there's so many different types of Khajiit and yet there's just this one here? What a coincidence. Maybe there's some sort of divine situation, you know, at play. Or you could be more like, yeah, this is there's actually a specific reason, right? There's actually some sort of, for real, we were joking, you thought we were joking about the prophecy or whatever, about why there's only Suthe Rot here in Morrowind for the most part. Well, it's true, and this is why, and here's a 12-step quest line to explain it, right? Okay, sure, I like it. What about you, Tak Tanapi? Okay, same dialogue, how about you? Okay, nothing new it seems. Here, maybe if I persuade you up, you seem to have a bit more, well, now, latest rumors.
I hear the ambassadors of the Summerset Isles and Valenwood missions have been getting along quite well recently, despite the recent history between them.
Okay, cool. Oh, can I get through here? What about up here? Oh, hell yeah, look at all this. Skooma? No sugar, though. Oh, here we go, a little bit. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it a case that, right, although moon sugar is Khajiit in origin, right, and you can kind of tell by their, like, reverence of the moons, it is Khajiit culture, it originates from Khajiit culture, right, and is still sort of used by them. Skooma, I believe, was introduced by Dunmer, sort of in an effort to subjugate Khajiit slaves a little bit better, right? Or at the very least, not even just slaves, but Khajiit populations, who, of course, you know, since since a lot of Dunmer predominantly considered them as like a slave race, a subservient one, they saw fit to, you know, just introduce some wild narcotics, right? They refined skooma, but ultimately, you know, it kind of backfired, and more than just Khajiit ended up getting hopelessly addicted to the stuff, right? Okay. Drojor. Man, look. Even more types of Khajiit here. Look, this dude out here? This dude is looking like, what do you call it? The lion from Alice in Wonderland, right? Or no, wait. Is it Alice in Wonderland? No, what's the one, God, what's it called where there's like her 4 friends and shit? We're not in Kansas anymore. God, what's the name of that? She's got the ruby heels. There's the tornado. There's the Wicked Witch of the West. God, what is it? Her name is Dorothy. She's got a cat named What's the name of the movie? The Wizard of Oz! The Wizard of Oz! Right, this dude looks like the lion. All right. Look, it was a long, strange trip, but we got there. All right. Drojor.
Greetings, Lyle Schnub. Drojor welcomes you to the Elsweyr Mission. Please forgive Prince Jimurashuri's temper. He is terribly worried about his brother, Skarakara. Is there something Ambassador Drojor can do for you?
Well, I don't know. Is there? Who is this person's brother, Sakara?
Sakara is Prince Jimurashuri's older brother. Not long ago, he was snatched by a Dunmer right from under our noses. Drojor suspects that House Lalu is to blame. We've had trouble negotiating with them, and Drojor would not put it past them to take Prince Sakara hostage to gain leverage.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, speaking as a member of House Lalu, I agree completely. That sounds incredibly likely. Okay. Tell me more about House Lalu. What do you think of us?
House Lalu keep many Sutherat, like Drojor, as slaves on their plantations and in their mines. We at the Elsweyr Mission try to leverage our power to negotiate for the release of our Khajiit brethren through diplomatic means. So far, we've made little progress, but Drojor has not given up hope yet. Drojor cannot say the same for Prince Jimorashuri.
Okay. Well, tell me about yourself. Background?
Drojor is the advisor to Prince Jimorashuri. Since his birth, Drojor has been there to share his wisdom and keep the young prince's temper in check. Drojor, by virtue of being the prince's advisor, came with him to Morrowind and is sharing ambassadorial duties with the prince and his brother, Sakara.
Okay. Sure. Elsweyr?
Elsweyr is the homeland of the Khajiit. It's a geographically diverse region with sandy badlands in the north and lush tropics in the south. Officially, Elsweyr is a confederacy between the kingdoms of Anikrana and Palatine, with Remain as the head of state and spiritual leader.
Right. And similarly, the Elsweyr expansion in ESO, I think, was also well regarded, right? Possibly even more well regarded than the Summerset Isle one, I think. Don't quote me on it. Okay. Tell me about Aniquina. Anakina?
Or as it's known to us Khajiit, Nekrinal is the dry northern region of Elsweyr. The region is dominated by vast deserts and harsh badlands. Though technically a kingdom, real power lies with the various tribal chiefs.
Okay. Tell me about Palatine.
Or as we Khajiit refer to it, Palatine is the tropical southern region of Elsweyr. The region is dominated by the 10-mile jungle, where moon sugar is grown on vast plantations. The capital and seat of the main Torval also resides in this region.
Huh. They also have plantations? In what sense? Right? In what sense? I assume not in the same sense that Morrowind does, right? Tell me about Khajiit.
Khajiit hail from the province of Elsweyr. Though there are many different kinds of Khajiit due to the slave trade, they are primarily Sutherat, like Drojor here in Morrowind. Drojor could go on and on about all the different types, but Drojor thinks a book would be better able to inform you about this topic.
Okay. Tell me about Maine.
The Main is the ruler of Elsweyr and spiritual leader of the Khajiit people. Because only one Main can be alive at any one time, he is the only one of his kind. A new Main is only born under a rare alignment of Messer and Secunda. It is believed that after a Main dies, they are reincarnated into a new body.
Isn't that very, like, Catholic Pope? Is that the closest allegory we have? Maybe. Huh.
Also, we call it Maine because we are cats. I am a cat man. We We have real-world cultural influences in our fictional one, and also cat influences.
Okay, tell me about, what do you think about House Indoril? Oh, is this just generics? Yeah. Okay. Maybe Morrowind? Oh, this is actually unique. I think.
Morrowind is a peculiar mixture of Dunmer tradition and imperial modernism. The council system of government works well, and the temple provides shelter, education, and health for all. At the same time, the legions and magistrates guarantee rule of law and justice, and free trade has made everybody in Vvardenfell prosperous. But there's still a lot of race hatred, and slavery ought to be outlawed, regardless of sacred Dunmer customs, and the proud Dunmer will always be bitter about the occupation.
Okay, fair enough. Good talk. What do you think, Prince Ji Marashuri? Do you actually sound like a Khajiit? Or do you talk a bit different? Do you have like Khajiit voice too? Ooh, maybe I'll never know. Hang on. Let's see. I'm curious if not all Khajiit. Okay.
What does Liar Schnub want from Prince Jim Rashuri? He is too busy worrying about poor Sakara to care about much else.
Okay, tell me about your background, Prince.
I am the youngest prince.
Or no, wait. Sorry, I shortened that to make sense when I'm going through dialogue, but actually a Khajiit would never say I am. Right? That would be incredibly rare.
Prince Shimorashuri is the youngest prince and ambassador of Elsweyr. Prince Shimorashuri's brother, Sakara, and his advisor, Drojor, share these duties with Prince Shimorashuri. We have been fighting against the injustices inflicted upon our Khajiit brethren here in Morrowind, with no success thus far.
Okay. Well, tell me about Sakara. Oh.
Yes, Shimorashuri's brother, Prince Sakara, was captured in the dead of night. Our guards failed to catch the snatcher, and now poor Sakara is likely in grave danger. All that we know is that the culprit is a Dunmer. We hope that they aren't a slaver, or gods forbid, an agent of House Hlalu.
Okay. It's getting difficult to keep doing the Khajiit voice. I gotta tell you, I can do it for a bit, but my god, it's getting tough. It's getting tough to hold on. Alright. There's a lot of purring. Right, because it's more than just rolling an R. It's more than just doing like the real world sort of accents that will roll R's every now and again. Because there's also the like cat-like purring that goes with it. Which, as far as I know, I don't think that exists in real life accents anywhere, right? As far as I know. Okay. I can find your missing brother. I don't have time for this. I can find your missing brother.
You would do this for us? Shimorashuri and the others at the mission would be in your debt.
I'm doing this under the hope that maybe we can solve it in another way. That is pro House Hlalu, right? We'll see.
We have lodged a report with Captain Marisha at the Imperial Legion command post in the city, but she is moving too slowly. Perhaps you will show more alacrity. Ask around Old Ebonheart and report your findings to Jim Rashuri Lyleschnab.
Okay. Tell me more about Sakara.
Did you bring Prince Sakara with you? No? Then go find him. He might be in mortal danger.
Okay. Latest rumors?
Shimurashuri has no time for rumors, especially not now with his dear brother Sakara missing.
Okay, tell me more about Khajiit in general.
Indeed, it may come as a surprise to you, Lyle Schnub, but Prince Jimurashuri is indeed a Khajiit. One doesn't see too many of Prince Jimurashuri's kind around here, though. Omisrat are not very suited for slave labor compared to their Suderat brethren.
That's a wild thing to say, right? That's a wild sentence for you to say without any accompaniment. I feel like there needs to be at least a little bit of a qualification rather than saying like, yeah, unlike the other sorts of Khajiit who are suited for slave labor. I don't know. Actually, maybe that is perfectly fitting. Does there exist like bigotry among Khajiit? Right? Is there like insular sort of bigotry within their own culture against, because there's different types of Khajiit. Are there ones that are seen as like, oh, this type of Khajiit, yeah, don't trust this kind. Oh, this kind of Khajiit, no good, right? This kind, the best kind, actually. Which also just so happens to be my kind, right? I'm very curious about that. I don't know. Maybe they do, right? Lord knows, if it's meant to be analogous and meant to sort of be like a tale in which you can tell a story about real life bigotry. When it comes to race in real life, there is shit like colorism where people within a same culture will be like, oh, well, sure. Or here's a perfect one, right? Speaking as someone who is half Asian and is a quarter Chinese and a quarter Filipino, there is sometimes, there is a lot of colorism going around where it's like, oh yeah, you're Asian, but you're a bit of a darker skinned Asian, ergo, right? This kind of shit happens in real life, so I wouldn't be terribly surprised if this kind of shit also doesn't happen among Khajiit, right? If we're keeping up with a sort of like racism allegory and all of that. Okay. House Lalu.
Slaver scum, there are a lot of them. They keep Jimurashuri's brethren in shackles, toiling away in mines and fields, with explicit approval from the Empire. Brojor, Shakara, and Jimurashuri have done our best to make our case for freedom to House Lalu and the Empire, but our pleas have thus fallen on deaf ears. We have even received threats of violence from native Dunmer slaver groups.
Right. I do like that they're very acutely acknowledging House Lalu for what they truly are, right? Because although House Telvanni perhaps does the most open, like, oh yeah, our city just has like a slave market in it, right? There's no major like slave market in, for instance, Balmora or Saran, the major House Lalu controlled areas, at least to the best of my memory. But in saying that, they are totally buying a lot of slaves, right? If they're being sold in Telvanni areas and being taken by House Drace at the border, in particular Argonians, it is House Hlalu who, at least on Vardenfell, is buying the lion's share and putting them to work, right? After all, Ascadian Isles has a shitload of plantations, and they're pretty much entirely under the jurisdiction of House Hlalu, right? Like we had mentioned before throughout all of the House Hlalu goings-on that we have dealt with in the playthrough itself. Which, like I said, kind of makes it to where they are my favorite great house, I think, at least from the core game. You know, because of that juxtaposition, they're very interesting in that way. There's a lot of interesting, like, and good storytelling and world building and all of that there. There's a lot of, like, different depth, because you also have the Twin Lamps sort of situation, which is also technically under House Hlalu, right? And of course you have their like two-facedness with the Empire and wanting to be like, oh yeah, the Empire doesn't like slavery. And of course you get the situation with the Empire. I would love to hear more about this, right? We get sort of the hypocrisy of House Hlalu in the core game. I'm so curious if we get to hear more of it on the end of the Tamrielic Empire, right? There's gotta be some like ounce of it in here, right? Gotta be. Whether that's here or maybe they save it for like, when they add more House Drace stuff to the game. God, I would love it, right? Like, also make no mistake, if you're just joining us for this video in particular and you haven't watched like the earlier parts of Morrowind Mondays Volume 2, make no mistake, clearly they are all pieces of shit, right? They're all reprehensible fucking garbage assholes, right? We're talking only insofar as like it being good in the same sense that like, oh, it makes for good stories. It makes for like a good, interesting lesson, right? A fun and interesting arc, you know? Something along those lines. It's good fiction, as it were. Okay, Elsweyr. Tell me about Elsweyr.
Jimrashori would rather be there, basking in the warm sands of the Nekrin Arl, instead of dealing with the savages of this miserable, damp refuse pit. However, Prince Jimrashori cannot shirk the duties he has to his people.
What do you think of House Telvanni? Oh, okay. These are very generic ones. Very generic responses. Okay. Anything about unrest in Cyrodiil? Yeah, nothing particularly interesting. Okay, fair enough. They weren't lit up anyhow. Man, everybody's got something to say.
Why do you approach?
Anything else backing around here? Rat meat. Cooking ware. Okay. Got a grinder here. Oh yeah, with Khajiit culture drawing heavily from, but I don't think exclusively from, real life Middle Eastern cultures. Do Khajiit also like, do they got coffee? Are Khajiit like making coffee? I see the grinder here. Maybe it's just for like moon sugar or whatever, right? But are they like do they create coffee? I don't know. I'd be down. Oh shit, look, that is locked, but I can kind of just, yeah, hover jump over. Oh, and this elevator too, this like lift. Plates here, rolled paper. Varieties faiths, children of the sky, notes on racial phylogeny. Okay. Akaviri shield, whoa, ho 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 ho, okay. Let's see, I should be able to pick into this small chest without being seen, right? Yeah. Extravagant ring. I'll eat these gems. Oh shit, they saw it! Oh no! Okay. I thought we were in the clear. Oh, fucking Morrowind stealth, huh? Father of the Nibbin. Ajir. Traji Jazerai. Zairi, I think. Okay. Let's see. hover jump around here.
Greetings, friend. Sweet moon.
Greetings to my good friend.
I think I talked to you, right? Yeah. You were downstairs too. So that's locked. That goes to the Ebon Tower. Is there anybody on the top floor? Pillows. Can I pick this before they... Oh, no. They're gonna see me. Trap door. More doors. Wooden door. It's a little sewing machine. Huh. Moon Sugar Poem. Oh. Well, we have to read this. Moon sugar is nice. Moon sugar is good. I like moon sugar. It is good food. Is it supposed to rhyme? I think so. Moon sugar is nice. Moon sugar is good. I like moon sugar. It is good food. Maybe? Moon sugar makes me happy. Moon sugar makes me glad. I like moon sugar. Nothing makes me sad. Good moon sugar. Good. I like moon sugar. It is good food. The rest is an illegible scribbling. The only discernible words are scrapping.
Speak freely.
Okay. Take it easy, dog. Or, I guess, cat. The Tale of Drozira. The Sound of Water. Whoa! The Sound of Water by Horatio Garganath. I've tasted the clear, I've whispered in its ear. I've called upon the water and seen it break upon the rocks. Have you heard the water calling? Have you felt the gentle lapping, swirling at your feet? Have you seen the river twisting and turning so sweet? Crystal clear water, writhing and churning, turned black and murky, then crystal again. Have you heard the water calling? Have you felt the gentle lapping, swirling at your feet? Have you seen the river twisting and turning so sweet? I have felt the water rising, up from the briny deep. I have heard the water rushing and pushing at my feet. The water so clear, like a crystal held dear. The water so wonderful, like a caress so gentle. Okay.
Greetings, friend.
Let's see. Surely I can get away with this here, right? There we are. Expensive robe. Expensive pants, shirt. Oh, you know what? You know what I would be absolutely fascinated by? Especially in Khajiit heavy areas, like for instance here. I would be into the idea of there being actual equipment that you could equip on your Khajiit character here for boots and for helmets, right? Because notoriously, Argonians and Khajiit both cannot wear helmets and cannot wear shoes because of their ears and because of their feet, right? And I assume that's because in Morrowind, at least in Vardenfell, well, definitely in Morrowind, they're treated as like second class, if not lower, citizens, right? So there's every reason in the world that you could make clothing for a Khajiiti or Argonian, a head or their feet. You could totally do it. It's just that people don't want to because it's inconvenient, right? They see them as lesser. It would be so fascinating if, like, around this mission or other places that are very, like, heavy on Khajiit or Argonian culture, right, where it kind of seeps in, you do actually find equipment that you could somehow equip, right? But I would assume that the difficult thing would be that for those races, it's like hard-coded to where you can't put anything there, right? Like, I don't know if you have a way to where you could just get around it with the item itself and not have it to where there are other, like, most other boots you couldn't put on, but these specific ones can fill that slot, you know? And maybe they can only be worn by Khajiit and Argonian characters, right? That would be cool as well because they wouldn't... Well, I mean, I guess for a helmet, You know, it's not that different. You would just need like little holes for the ears, which I guess in and of itself, they'd be less effective, you know? It'd be less effective protection, but definitely for the feet, you know? Okay. Sure. I mean, these pants aren't like that, right? Yeah. Okay. Just wondering. Oh god, I should have looked up what my current pants are. There we go, the travel stained ones. Sit that right there. Okay. A taste of sugar. A little bit of money. Cursed. Fortify agility, luck, and personality. All good things. Twin Moons wine, Cyrodiilic brandy. Okay. Sure. Let's go on down here. I want to break into that other room. Yeah, this one. Can I do that safely? Let's see. Looks like it. Okay. Anything in here? Extravagant shirt. Or doodads, skooma pipe. The supposition of freedom. There's a lot of different reads in here that we haven't looked at. Some sugar. Oh, amphora. Filled with moon sugar and a little skooma. Okay. Sure. Yeah, am I mistaken on my read of how all that functions with the moon sugar and skooma being either Khajiit grown or skooma being a product of like Dunmeri culture? I think I'm right about that, but I'm not positive. Look at this bucket system. What is going on here? Huh. Look at that. You like lower a whole bunch of poop buckets down or something? Everybody coming up here to poop or something? Huh. Maybe. It's like a poop lift. Alright. Oh shit. Don't mind me. I'm just having a look.
Greeted friend, welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Can I do it?
Get out of here.
Okay. Alright. Shit. Let's activate our Amulet of Shadows and then try.
Warmly greeted
Shit.
friend, welcome.
Okay, we'll stand over here for a bit. Good. Now let's try it. Great. Close that. Oh, it's just this area. Okay, well, fair enough. Sure. Huh. Yeah, it's like a dumbbell waiter or whatever, right? You send food and all that up? I guess you send down poop. Are they poop buckets? What are these? I feel like these are poop buckets too.
Sweet moon sugar.
Oh, you can't quite fit. Oh, if only you could fit through there. Can a Bosmer male fit through this? I wonder. That would be incredible if this were like a secret way that you could access it. It's just Bosmeri sized. Okay. There we go. Good. Well, we have a quest to go look for this kidnapped poor bastard. Right, and it's probably only gonna get worse given our own sort of loyalties on this character. Okay. Assuming we have that degree of agency, huh? Alright, actually we'll close out back here. Alright. So, man, there was a lot inside of the Elsweyr mission relative to, in particular, the Summerset one. But when next we return, we will go searching for Saraka, I think it was? Sakara. And we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can betray them in some sort of hilarious, twisted, fucked up way. Now, however, if you'd like to stick around, we will be doing just a little bit of reading. And what should we read now? Oh, I have here in my reading list something about sand. I don't know. Maybe, Khajiit hail from a desert biome for the most part. So maybe we should read about it. Oh yeah, it is about Khajiit. Fitting. Okay. Let me do a little check mark here on my list. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take a quick drink. Apologies. Reign of Sand by Cusius Victus. The Khajiit are not known for their cultural or military achievements. So says this Imperial, right? So says this person who has a very imperial name. Their records in the fields of science, art, and literature are unimpressive. However, there is one field in which the Khajiit can claim an undisputed mastery: unarmed combat. Though their claws and instinctive agility give them a definite advantage, they are the only race to have honed unarmed fighting into an art. Rather than relying on natural abilities, Khajiiti martial artists have perfected techniques that enable the practitioner to overcome an opponent of superior physical prowess through skill. Students of all races travel to Elsweyr to study under the wizened masters of Khajiiti arts. In the south, there are many renowned temples of combat, such as the Temple of Two Moons Dance in Torval, or the Temple of Whispering Claw in Alabaster. Some students, however, feel that the southern teaching methods have become diluted by years of outside contact. In search of pure martial arts, these pilgrims travel to the Badlands regions. Here, they seek a certain caste of wandering sages. These sages have practiced a form of the art known as Rawlith Karj that has been handed down from one sage to another for centuries. Seeking to document the existence of these sages, I traveled to the Khajiiti province. My search was difficult and perilous, but just when I considered giving up, I stumbled upon a small caravan. These nomads were students of a venerable sage named Do Shavi. After a suitable display of respect, I was allowed to speak with the master and record his words for the publication of this manuscript. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were also so well regarded, even by someone who is clearly fucking racist, right? But as having such a hand-to-hand expertise, right? I thought that was almost entirely a video game mechanic that was a convention born out of them having claws, But I'm guessing it's more than that, right? I'm guessing they actually do have martial arts as an art, right? They have some amount of specialization in it, which like we were saying before, they're openly very Middle Eastern, right? You see a lot of Persian influence and all of that, a lot of Arabic influence, but there's also stuff Southeast Asian, right? And I'm not sure where martial arts have their I guess martial arts is probably multicultural, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's definitely I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's mostly Asian though, right? Different subsections in Asia have different practices of martial arts, I think. Right? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of the Elder Scrolls races tend to take from a lot of different real life cultures, right? But I think a lot of them also tend to focus in on one for a lot of stuff. But then as you dig deeper into the lore and all of that, you get a lot more, right? I feel like that's the rule of thumb. Anyway, the withered Suthe had a body that was gnarled like an aged tree and spoke slowly. with a heavy accent. When I asked him to tell me about R'lyth Karj and its history, he spoke the following. Khajiit are the most clever at using the body. Though orcs may be stronger and elves may be better mages, the Khajiit can use foot, tail, claw, and tooth to defeat them all. What human can run as fast as the wind? What elf can climb up to the 2 moons? What orc can hide behind darkness? Only we can use the body as such a weapon. We have many ways to do this. The mighty Cathay often favor the art of Goutfang. This they use to hold their enemies, so that they cannot give free, and to break their bones like mere stalks of creshweed. The Whispering Claw is from the Dagi. Dagi use their speed to strike quickly, and let the enemy bleed until they faint. Doshavi have mastered many arts of the body, but Doshavi finds only one to be the best, Rain of Sand, called R'lyth Karj in the Khajiiti tongue. It is the most powerful because of its many forms. Even smooth skins can learn some crude and simple forms of Rain of Sand. These forms are each an art in themselves, but when used together, they make a fighter practically unbeatable. There are 6 famous forms of R'lyth Karj that each student must learn. The 3 heavenly forms and the 3 earthly forms. Heavenly forms favor grace. A student uses soft, seemingly smooth motions to sweep away the blows of his enemy. The 3 heavenly forms are wind, rain, and storm. Masters of the wind form are beautiful to see. Wearing the traditional flowing mashi, they seem to float on the air, but deliver the force of a hurricane in their powerful kicks. The rain form teaches its students to strike sure as the rain by using the primary joints, the foot, the hand, and the head together. The rain warriors strike from many directions very swiftly. They can no more be stopped than a sky of falling raindrops. Warriors of the storm are sudden and deadly force. Use sudden and deadly force to end all conflicts swiftly. They learn to focus the energy that lives in the air to summon great strength. Earthly forms are forms of strength. A student uses hard motions to beat down enemy attacks. The earthly forms are sun, sand, and 2 moons dance. Sun form is a spiritual way. The student of the sun form spend much time meditating and learning magicka. In combat, a sun master uses subtle, dignified movement to turn an attacker's energy against him. Sand form is the most common of the Rain of Sand. Sand is practical, yet deadly. A sand fighter does not make use of legs or tail, but hands alone to fight. Hence, why it is so popular with the soft skins. Masters of the sand can beat away almost any attack and quickly perform a counterattack with deadly strength and precision. 2 Moons Dance is a difficult form. While the movements of the form look similar to that of a dance, they hide a deadly form that is swift and easily fools untrained eyes. I'm assuming these 3 different forms are based on, like, real-life martial arts, right? Like, whoever wrote... Not like Crucius Victus, right? When I say whoever wrote this book, I mean, like, whoever was on the volunteer development team that wrote this probably had some background knowledge in martial arts, right? And sort of made these allegories. Either that or it's like from ESO or whatever, right? Something along those lines, yeah? Alright. Very fascinating. Okay. Well, like I said, when next we come back, we'll probably go looking for this missing person, and we will, if possible, we'll be a huge complete a-hole, right? We'll do tons of diplomatic damage to the entire area. Until next time, please take care of each other.